It's 2021. It's the 25th year anniversary of Pokemon, and the rumor mill and leaks are starting to come. Let's jump into them.
Butterfree, go!
Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka A-Drive. I bring you guys a brand new video today, and today we are going to dive into a handful of things Pokemon and Nintendo to cover a bunch of rumors and leaks that have kind of surfaced over the last couple days. I know you guys love our rumor and our leak videos on this channel, so if you do, hit that like button down below and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. YouTube tells me about 50% of you guys are actually not subscribed, so let's change that right now and make sure you guys subscribe as we are headed into the Pokemon 25th year anniversary hype season and it is about to throw down. I'm actually really excited about this video and what we're going to cover today. So let's jump into the content and let's take a look at what's going down in the rumor mill. The first thing I want to take a look at is this tweet from Junichi Masuda from December 29, 2020, and it features a handful of Psyducks looking up at a giant Psyduck which seems to be confused and they seem to be blocking the road. Now, I don't want to read too much into Masuda's tweets, right? So let's take this one with a grain of salt, but the reality of it is, in the Sinnoh region, there is a part of the game where a bunch of Psyducks block the road, and I believe Cynthia actually helps you get past them. At least that's what happens in the Renegade Platinum spinoff. So this could be a little bit of a hint that giant Psyduck and the Psyducks blocking the path, the giant Psyduck maybe pointing towards Dynamax, the Psyducks blocking the path maybe pointing towards Sinnoh. I don't know, man. A lot of us have been talking about Sinnoh remakes for a super long time, so I wouldn't be surprised if this comes to fruition. The next thing here is a tweet from Actual Arrow, who points out that the Nintendo company and Pokemon has started taking down their directs from last year. They posted a direct at 1/9/2020, and they have now privated it. This is very typical for Pokemon Nintendo to do, for them to take their previous Nintendo Directs and Pokemon announcements and things like that and start privating them. And the reason why they do that is because when they're ready to roll out a new one, they don't want people to get lost in the shuffle and accidentally watch the old one and not realize that they're watching the wrong bit of content. They want to control the content at which their community and the fan base sees, so they start privating their old Directs and they get ready for the new one. Now, this shouldn't be a big surprise for me or any of you guys, as we have Pokemon Day coming at the end of February 27th, which will be the biggest Pokemon Day for a really long time, hitting that 25th year anniversary. It is almost certain they are going to do a handful of different announcements regarding Pokemon Unite, which I'm expecting to actually shadow drop on Pokemon Day, which means it'll be available that day. That's my prediction. We know that the new Pokemon Snap game is coming out at some point this year. We have reason to believe that they could update us on Pokemon Sleep, Pokemon Go. There could be all sorts of stuff. And of course, there is the main series game potential for the end of year this year. And I have no doubt that we are getting a brand new main series game. So this Nintendo Direct and this Pokemon Direct specifically could be coming sooner than later. But I wouldn't get too excited until we get closer to Pokemon Day on February 27th. But definitely a good step in the right direction. Seeing that these videos are starting to get privated, we definitely have that Direct coming on the horizon. Now, this is a little bit more Nintendo focused rather than Pokemon focused, but there was an internal use memo that got leaked. Now, there's some question of whether this is real or not, but it discusses a few different things, and we're going to talk about this in another part of this video as well, but let's talk about this first. Now, again, there are a few typos that I'll call out here, but it talks about a Nintendo Direct on 1/11/2021. It talks about a Nintendo Switch Pro, which has 4K TV support, a Dock Pro, Joy-Con Pro, Bluetooth support, high definition, and a better NVIDIA graphics card. And it's gonna be $400. They're gonna show it off for the first time. Now, again, this is a rumor. Here's why people think it's a rumor, because it says first-party software, and it's missing an E. There's a typo there. There's a few typos on this. But it talks about Nintendo World Park Tour, Mario Kart 9, Splatoon 3, Super Mario Odyssey 2, Fire Emblem Echoes Path of Radiance, Metroid Resurgence, some third-party software like Kingdom Hearts Destiny's Embrace, Bayonetta 3, talks about some Ubisoft games, Capcom, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty coming to the Switch, Final Fantasy VII remakes, and then upcoming Nintendo Switch Pro titles. Talks about Crash Bandicoot, Fall Guys, whatever it's called, Hollow Knight, Borderlands 3, all this stuff, right? And then The Legend of Zelda Echoes of the Past, 4/23/2021, which is sooner than I would anticipate. Now, this memo very well could be fake, right? Like, that's one thing I just want to emphasize, is that this was a rumor online. A lot of people have speculated that this is indeed fake, but there's a lot of interesting pieces to it that make it look like it could be real in terms of just the possibilities of like the fact that a lot of this stuff makes a lot of sense, right? There's a lot of feasibility to the content here, but for now, I'm gonna hold off and say that this is fake. I think if it does tune to be real, we're gonna get an announcement for that direct in the next 48 hours. So we'll know if this sheet is real or not, because they're going to say, hey, there's going to be a Direct on the 11th. So we'll know pretty quickly if this is real or not. I'm going to write this off as fake for now, but just keep this in the back of your mind. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that this Nintendo Direct press release kind of internal memo is legit or not? You guys can let me know in the comment section below. Now, the next thing I want to mention, this is a real leak coming from Sires. Sires is the creator of a program called Atmosphere, which is a Nintendo Switch kind of hacking tool. And he has determined that there is actually a potential pro version that was found through data mining, which is very interesting. So these tweets are in Spanish, but I'll kind of translate it. It says they revealed possible details of a new revision known as the Nintendo Switch Pro, thanks to Nintendo details that were left on the firmware of the Switch. So Sires legitimately, who's this super master hacker known in the Pokemon community, if you follow like the Pokemon leaks and stuff, Sires is someone you probably have heard of before. He has determined that through these, the Switch firmware, there's information to believe that there is going to be a Nintendo Switch Pro, which has been a rumor for ages. It's been a rumor for months. A lot of people have speculated Nintendo Switch Pro for a long time, and it would make sense for them to come out with a kind of a buffed up version of the Nintendo Switch. I know I'm due for an upgrade because mine just makes so much noise right now. But Sires, very reputable, says he found information that could point to this, and it's very interesting. So we'll have to see. That it's speculation right now. Want to preface this, Sires has said, hey, this is speculation. The nature of the data mine, there's things that could change, right? He sees this in the code, but don't get too excited just yet. But when you factor in that data mine that Sires has found in the game coding, or in the Nintendo Switch firmware rather, and then this internal use memo, which may or may not be real, we don't know, very, very likely that there could be a Nintendo Switch Pro or a new version of the Nintendo Switch coming out this spring or summer. I 100% believe that's very feasible. Do I think it's 100% true? I don't know yet. But I believe it's very feasible from a marketing perspective, from a business perspective, that they drop a Nintendo Switch Pro that has 4K support and other different benefits and things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that. As a Pokemon fan and a Nintendo fan, there's plenty of things to be excited about headed into 2021. And as I said, when we look at that post about the Psyducks, which may or may not be anything, the post about the Nintendo Directs being taken down, that's definitely something. The Pokemon Directs, the Nintendo Directs getting privated, they are 1,000,000% going to be dropping us a Nintendo or Pokemon Direct in the next 6 to 8 weeks, no doubt about it. With Pokemon Day and the 25th anniversary on the horizon, expect this year to be the biggest year for Pokemon yet. I've been predicting it for a super long time, and I'm going to stand by my word until proven otherwise. If you enjoy Pokemon content, this is the place to be, so make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new, and like the video if you guys enjoyed this. I will continue our coverage of both news, rumors, and leaks on this channel as we move forward throughout this year, so stay tuned for that, get those notifications on, and let's have some fun for what could be, and what I'm expecting to be, the greatest year in Pokemon history. Thank you so much for watching this one, guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. If you guys enjoyed this video, you should check out this one right here. It's pretty awesome. Otherwise, check out this video. If you don't check out one of these two videos, they're never gonna release a new Pokemon game again. Seriously, my uncle works at Nintendo and he told me.